Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and Adam Cole, baby. Like, what more do you need to say to promote a show? Like, just say, we're going to put these guys in a triple threat match, and there, you got gold. So, NXT finally decided to produce a sequel to Pete Dunne versus Ricochet 2 weeks later by having Adam Cole go against, a few weeks later, to have Adam Cole be involved in the triple threat match because of what happened in their champion versus champion match when Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era got involved. And also, the Undisputed Era is going to take on the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team titles. I have no doubt that Bobby Fish is going to get involved when that happens. So, yeah, we already got a War Games match most likely set. Also, I had heard reports about Pete Dunne's injury. It's not as serious as they thought. It turns out it might just be a minor foot injury, and he is set to go to the next UK tapings, which is set to air on October 17th. So, yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to probably talk about the first episode when I get around to watching it. But, yeah, anyways. Yeah, Pete Dunne and Ricochet are going to have their revenge on Adam Cole. But this match was also set to take for the North American Championship, which confused me because I was like, wait, what about the UK title? Why is that not being defended? Like, that's how it worked last time. Why can't they do it now? Yeah, there's no explanation for that as far as I know. But we also are getting Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT title, so that's going to be awesome. But to see these three talented performers compete in the main event of NXT, which also has been now officially confirmed that Triple H has said that Vince has never watched any NXT episode since she took over. So, yeah, their futures are going to be ruined when they get, quote, promoted. So, anyways, surprisingly, Adam Cole does not have the help of the Undisputed Era in this matchup. In fact, he goes at it alone, taking on Pete Dunne and Ricochet, who gang up on him at first. Though, of course, they start to dissolve their alliance in 1 minute and start beating the crap out of each other. This was this was guaranteed to be a high quality match. This was awesome. I loved every moment of it. This was an awesome triple threat match, and I really wish we could see more of these guys fight. But to see, and then they produced a third memorable super kick on the high flyer maneuver, surpassing Shelton Benjamin and Shawn Michaels' moment, Adam Cole versus Ricochet's moment, and now it's Pete Dunne and Adam Cole super kicking Ricochet when he's going through a dive. So that was awesome. And then we also get some updated information on some concepts regarding how Pete Dunne is obsessed with finger breaking issues. Yeah. He really is obsessed for that. And I loved how they went for more innovative movesets, like Pete Dunne doing a double submission move and further having this obsession to break every bone in Adam Cole's body. And then we get all these impressive high-flying maneuvers, all this technical wrestling, Adam Cole playing a cowardly heel by hiding in the shadows and then striking when it was most appropriate. And he doesn't have the Undisputed Era to help him, so yeah, he's doing this on his own, which I'm actually liking. He could have just ran away, but he knows, okay, this is the North American title, I gotta do whatever I can to win. That's what I wanted to heel out of Seth Rollins when he was WWE Champion, still over-relying on help a lot, but they had to screw that up because Vince hates everything. So, anyways, but there was a moment I noticed when Pete Dunne was crawling towards the steel steps. I was like, is that a botch? It just seems so obvious they're trying to set that up, except they seem to mistime it. So Pete Dunne had to try and get there. That still didn't make any sense to me when they did that. But, to see that move actually failed, and then we get Ricochet flying and all this and hijinks ensuing, it's just so awesome seeing these guys go at it, be allowed to go all out with this fight. And eventually they all start swinging away at each other, and lands a running knee on Ricochet, and Cole sends Dunne out of the ring, and everyone's just freaking out. The crowd's all into it, chanting NXT, Adam Cole, the one and only Bruiserweight. Like, everyone was cheering for them. Like, everyone wanted to see these guys. Like, doesn't matter who wins, we just get a great match out of this. That's the vibe I always get. Like, I always loved when NXT had a match that didn't feel forced, or like no one feels like they get left out when they lose. Like, it just feels more like they're having fun and like, hey, let's go all out with this. Like, even Nikki Cross seems to be having fun with the whole Nikki knows a secret, Nikki knows a secret, which is why it sucks that they're probably going to reduce her name to just Cross because it's already Nikki Bella, and they're probably going to favor the mainstream star over the, you know, more popular star, who's the crazy woman who is not a mainstream star. So yeah. Also, for some reason, I had this sudden craving to see Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream versus Nikki Cross when I saw that segment. But nonetheless, yeah. And then like, we get more craziness going on, and it's just so awesome. Like, I just keep loving every moment of this match, and then I get more and more mad when I realize, oh wait, they're not going to amount to anything on the main roster because Vince doesn't even know who the hell these people are. Vince doesn't watch the show, therefore he doesn't know what makes them popular, which is why Asuka's being punished because she's a foreigner, because she doesn't speak English. Instead of, you know, letting her physical acting be the talking and not actually speaking in a microphone. Yeah, I'm a little pissed off at that still. And then we get this little surprising moment. I thought Adam Cole was going to take the pin. Instead, Pete Dunne is the one that gets pinned by Ricochet. Like, I knew they probably weren't going to change the title so soon, but I was surprised that Ricochet pinned Pete Dunne instead of Adam Cole. Like, I was on the assumption Adam Cole was going to get pinned, but then I realized, well, wait, what? Why is Pete Dunne getting pinned? Like, so, because I'm pretty sure, like, you would think, like, with everything Adam Cole did in their champion versus champion match, screwing it all up and giving it a 4.5-star rating, instead of their what should have been a 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer, they would want payback on Adam Cole and humiliating him. And I just love Adam Cole's facial expressions a lot. Like, he's just so pompously arrogant. So when he loses, he just, like, has this look like the world just ended for him, even though it really didn't. But yeah, Ricochet ultimately retains the NXT North American Championship, and yeah, that's how the show ends. Like, we don't get, like, an Undisputed Era involvement. We don't get the War Raiders, since they're going to have a match next week. And this was a straightforward triple threat match. This was possibly an awesome match. Like, I'm just, like, astonished of how lopsided the scoreboard is between main roster Build WWE and NXT. I keep trying to remember, wait, they're the same company, because this is completely different from what I'm used to seeing on the main roster, which is mostly crap. Mostly. And yeah, I'm just left astonished at how talented all these three guys are. And I'm also mad because I just know Vince is not watching them. He's not paying attention to them. It's been said that he doesn't watch NXT. Triple H says that he's just too busy. And I'm like, wait. So, before the XFL relaunch, okay, you could probably make that argument he doesn't watch it now. But what did he do back then? Like, what? Get frustrated? Like, it was reported he was at a house show once, let the show go into overtime. But then when fans started chanting, better than Mania, better than Raw, they noticed Vince was all mad and frustrated in the back, all like this is pissing him off. And I'm like, then do better. Like, are you really this sad? But I just look at Ricochet, and look at Pete Dunne, and look at Adam Cole, and like, whereas Adam Cole is like 2 pounds over the 205 limit thing for the cruiserweights, so they're probably going to force him to lose 2 pounds in order to make him eligible for cruiserweight action. they're just going to be stuck in the Cruiserweight division, and I want them to be in the main event scene. I want to see them compete for Intercontinental and World title opportunities. I want to see them fight with the big boys, as Vince would most likely say. Well, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't say that because that will make him remember WCW, and then he'll just go into his petty episodes. But it's so good! And I hate that they don't respect them. How the main roster just doesn't respect them. All this hard work they do to give us the best wrestling, the best characters, all this combined in one great seamless package. A mystery box to me that comes out with all these great goodies. And yet, Vince looks at the box, knows that there's a lot of good stuff in here from what he's heard, and just tosses it to the side like it doesn't matter to him because he didn't make it. And, like, I can't imagine Pete Dunne doing the finger-breaking thing he has, unless he's Randy Orton, which he isn't. And I don't even see Marty Scurll being allowed to do that because he isn't Randy Orton, if he ever joined up with WWE. In fact, after they took shots at 205 Live at All In, I'm pretty sure they're never going to be accepted by Vince's regime. But, yeah. And then there's the whole concept of, Pete Dunne, he has more longevity because he's going to be in NXT UK while probably still doing the NXT original branding shows. So, at least he'll be around longer. And I really do hope he's the one that breaks the fake Lesnar record and actually make it legitimate. Like, he's already surpassed CM Punk's record. He just needs to surpass Brock Lesnar's and then we're in business. So, yeah. Pete Dunne, Ricochet, Adam Cole, they had an awesome match. I really wish I could see more of this more. Like, yeah, I can just replay the match, but I want to see more of them and see. And in fact, I just kept saying to myself, why was this not the whole show? This would have just got all the people involved and just make this the whole show. Just maybe do one promo and then with Tommaso Ciampa and a Velveteen Dream, and then boom, you just have the rest of the show be these three. So, yeah, that's just my only complaint. Like, I just wish the match was longer. That's my only complaint, and that's really a positive in reality because you want this match to be longer. You want them to go all out with this. So, yeah, those were my thoughts on Ricochet versus Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole for the North American Championship on NXT. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate.